Okay, go.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today will be the last day that we are having coaching in halal logistics and supply chain. So for the last topic, the value and advantage of halal logistics. So we have learned about standard MS 1500 2019, standard for the logistics MS 2400, number 1 for transportation, number 2 warehousing, and then number 3 for retailing. Okay, introduction and definition of halal logistics. Okay, what are the halal logistics? How we define halal logistics? Understanding the concept of halal logistics throughout the supply chain process. Supply chain is from the farm to table. We believe that the halal logistics play a major role. So it's very, very important. Very, very important. The supply chain for the halal logistics very important because they are playing a major role to determine whether the product is halal, non-halal. They are carrying the raw material, halal, non-halal. They are carrying the processed product, or they are carrying the semi-finished product, send it to the OEM for further processing, or sending to the port. Okay, collection back. From the other end also, we must be throughout the supply chain all must be halal, and then there is no breakdown on any part of the supply chain. So the importance of halal logistics. Halal logistics is very, very important for us. You as a provider for halal logistics, is a business. It's a big business for you, and then we have to work together to promote, to make sure that people aware the importance of halal logistics for the halal supply chain from farm to table. There is halal, and then beyond table. The road to halal logistics, why way forward? Because we know that from halal logistics we are going to have the halal port, and then also we have halal container and CERTU process, and all this must be taken into consideration. Also stated in the MS 2400 chapter 1 for the transportation. The principle of halal and tayyiba is to uphold the halal integrity of good across the supply chain from farm to fork. We know that every day. Since yesterday we talked about from farm to fork, from farm to table, the integrity. We want to maintain the integrity. We want to maintain the halalness of the product. Not only halal, but is also combination of halal and tayyiba. And then to avoid the cross-contamination, contamination between the good handle, and then to ensure product are safe for consumption. The cross-contamination can be from halal to non-halal product, or from halal to the chemical-based product where they are not safe for the human consumption. Also, we must take into consideration not only to avoid the pork, porcine, or wine, or alcohol, but it's beyond that. It's beyond for the consumption. Halal logistics is the process of managing. We manage the procurement, the movement, storage, and handling of material, the part, livestock, semi-finished product, inventory, both food and non-food, and related information documentation must be in place. SOP, the standard must be in place, and then we have follow through. Even our driver or our pilot must have their SOP, the standard to carry the halal product. Through the organization and the supply chain is compliant with the general principle of Sharia law. We know very well that halal and tayyiba, the halal is the Sharia law, tayyiba is the wholesomeness, cleanliness, and safety. Safety not only for the food we are going to consume, but also to the operator or the driver, the pilot that carry the halal logistics. The main objective of halal logistics to ensure that halal integrity of halal product for the end user or the end consumer. Halal logistics can be defined as command and control of good flow. The good flow in a value system in such a way that the halal integrity is secured throughout the supply chain. And we understand from here that to secure the integrity, to maintain from farm to table, where the logistics or the transporter play a very major role. Knowledge in halal logistics is important in establishing a halal compliant supply chain by design. We as a fleet operator, the transporter provider, the warehouse provider, we must understand, we must know very well what are the important and what are the supply chain, the design that we have to follow to comply with the standard that already in place by the Malaysian standard MS 2400. Okay, what are the area of halal logistics? Halal logistics covering a 4 section. One is halal logistics hub, and also halal logistics transport, halal logistics route, and halal logistics management. All this part is considered as holistic area to be covered under halal logistics. If we take, for example, the halal logistics hub, it's dedicated storage. Dedicated storage, warehouse, or assisting distribution from manufacturer to global consumer. We have dedicated warehouse for halal food product. For halal transport, we have dedicated liner or transport for halal product to avoid cross-contamination during the transportation. And then we have halal logistic route, dedicated route in the linking supplier to the customer for faster turnaround. So we want to make sure to maintain the freshness of the product, especially the frozen product, the cheap product, the freshness maintained. We have the dedicated special logistic route to carry the product. Halal logistic management, this supervise all aspects of halal supply chain of manufacturer or distributor and act as solution information for the service provider. They want, we should have the SOP, the standard, all the guideline, is written guideline for the our workers, our staff, or our management people. And then we still talk about halal food chain, that is from farm to table, from production, where involve the transport, the processing, the packaging, also any movement of the product, from the farm to the table to the end user, they involve the transport. So the halal logistic management system must be in place, okay, until the product reach the consumer. We take, for example, I myself have the halal car, or I carry the halal product. I'm buying the product from the retailers, from the supermarket, hypermarket. What about the product? Which logistic, which transporter carry, whether they are carrying halal product or not halal product, to the distributor, to the warehouse, or to the retailers or the supermarket. We don't know. For me, I can assure that my car, and then we carry the halal, or we carry the halal and thayyibah. What about the fleet? So the authority must play the role also to preserve, to maintain the integrity of halal from farm to the table, to the end users must be halal. That means the transporter, the fleet must be halal, and then the enforcement should be conducted if we want to declare that halal product from farm to table. I think the other components in halal is also halal warehouse and the processing. Warehouses also very, very important. Not only the truck, the warehouse where we keep the halal product. We cannot mix together with the non-halal or the product, the chemical-based product to the food product. So we're under the receiving or uploading or upload and load, we must be sure that they are not contaminated. And then inspection, we should have the inspector or internal halal committee that to ensure the compliance with the specification based on the orders. And the storage, the move incoming supply to special, whether we are using the LIFO, last in first out, or FIFO, first expired out, or that is depend on the management side. And then the shipping, the loading, or the staging, or even the staging of the product in our warehouse, we have to take into consideration, because some of the perishable product we have to put maybe on the top layer, and then the hard product may be the bottom layer. And then also the packaging. Package order the customers, the mark. We have to have the mark or the label containers. We have a lot of category of the product. Can be a food, beverage, maybe perishable. We have cosmetic, pharmaceutical, beauty care. All this should be a perishable product. When we should have a dedicated. Then we have the SOP for the checking, to check, pick order, accuracy item. All this will be under management, halal transportation management or warehouse process. I think with that, until the product go to the halal retailing, is up to the supermarket. And then supermarket and hypermarket, they have their own SOP and a standard to maintain the halalness of their product. So today, I think today will be the last day, and then I hope all of you here will get some information, or we sharing the information that I have. At the same time, discussion, getting information the people, the person who already involved in the halal logistic, like what we have here, Mr. Bashir, and also I hope Mr. Bashir will come forward to receive our trainings for 2 days with 16 hours. So he's one of the best students, Bashir Ahmad. Okay, thank you. I think that he want to say a few words about the benefit, or maybe something not good for the. It's good for industry, but not good for me. I need some comment from him too. Mr. Bashir, please.
Assalamualaikum and good evening everybody. Okay, Bashir, I'm a participant for today classes on Halal Logistic Awareness Program. It's a very great class attended and conducted by Professor Datuk Dr. Malik Musharraf. It's an eye-opening for a logistic player like me. We are doing integrated logistic supply, and halal logistic is something that new to our portfolio. We are looking into halal logistics. We further want to understand how do we complement the halal logistic supply chains. There is a lack of halal process in a value supply chain in a halal product itself, where there's a missing halal trucks, halal transportation, halal warehousings, so and halal halal shipping. So there are things that we know the product is halal, whether the product has been transported in a right way without contaminating with any product that can be harmful to the product itself. For this, I wish thanks very much to Dato', and thanks for the class. Thank you, Dato'.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Bashir. And then I would like to call Karen to come forward to say a few words. She is one of the, I consider, internal halal committee. Even though she is not born Muslim, but he knows very well about the halal and Toyiba. He's one of the best students today. So we would like to present the certificate to Karen.
Thank you.
Maybe you want to say a few words?
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, it's very great. I'm Karine. It's very grateful to attend today the training about the halal logistics and the supply chain for a Chinese girl to understand a lot on halal logistics, from halal to halalan toyiban. It's halal is not just for the Muslim rakyat, it's also for the human race. So to have a better, safe environment for the human being for a very long run. Thank you. Thank you, Professor.
Thanks, Karen. In fact, I'm very proud that she can mention about the halal and Toyiba, even though she's not born Muslim, but he really can digest very well for 2 days. It's very good. Thanks, Karen. And called Malia Pak Muda to take the trainings certificate. You want to say anything? No? Okay, thanks, Malia. He's also one of the halal committee that joined together with Bashir and Karim, and call upon Mr. Juanda to say a few words, and then same time to receive our certificate of training today. And then he want to say a few words about the transport benefit of attending the halal class today.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Saya ucapkan terima kasih pada Datuk
Malik.
Datuk Malik. Lama tak cakap tu.
Bro.
Lama dah kenal dia dah.
My old friend.
Dalam bidang logistik dah lebih kurang 15 tahun. Halal logistik telah diilhamkan oleh Datuk sendiri, tapi untuk implement kita banyak cabaran. Sampai 2020 pun still masih banyak lagi cabaran. Jadi kita kena banyak berusaha untuk prosedur tu kita cukupkan, supply chain tu, supaya tak ada break on transport halal. We hope this program dapat banyak bantu kita. Saya pun banyak belajar dari Datuk. Terima kasih Datuk, dan juga rakan-rakan yang lain. So kita hope dapat satu idea baru untuk support kita punya transporting halal, insyaAllah. So that's all daripada saya. Terima kasih banyak.
Terima kasih Mr. Juanda. I would like to call upon Mr. Abdul Razak. He's also partner to Mr. Juanda on the transportation. So maybe you want to say a few words. Nak cakap patah. Okay, thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi and good evening. Okey, untuk ni dalam logistik ni saya rasa in halal ni mungkin ramai yang tak tahu. So dia tahu halal makan, then in term of transport, warehouse, packaging, everything ni dia tak tahu langsung. So to us, untuk kami rasa-rasa ni memang ada cabaran yang besar. Macam mana nak bagi awareness pada all yang tak tahu ni. So banyak benda yang baru yang kena belajarlah banyak. Tapi bagi saya, I will support Dato' Malik all the way. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Razak. In fact, I strongly believe that with a market of about 7 trillion US dollars, it's a market very big. If we take 10% of that, is excellent. I mean, it's a very big amount, about $1 billion of the supply chain, or the lorry, or the transport, or the truck, or the warehouse that we require. So I hope we can work together with and we might form an association or whatever, so that we can have some pressure group. So we want, because for me, I want to see that the product served to Malaysian or to Muslim is halal, the way the truck or the transport from the farm itself to the end user. Currently, there is a breakdown of the halal supply chain due to the lacking of the halal logistic and also halal supply chain. With that, thank you very much for all the attendees today, and then for my students today. I hope that you already have some ideas what the importance of the halal logistic. Not halal is not only for the food, beverage, cosmetic, but now I hope with our new group now we are promoting together. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yo,
Bantuan.
ambil gambar. Last. Betul ke salah? Ya Allah Akbar. Tak sahih. Memang. Memang.
Not ready.
Aduh. Ya Allah.
Itu tak cakap apa tu? Itu tak cakap ke?
Yalah.
Odin tak cakap ke?
Compliance, tak halal compliance.
Tak comply.
Tiga. Yes. I'm 83.
Tak apa. Malia.
Dua kali.
Ambil gambar together. Alif.
Dua kali tak comply.
Tak 2 kali. 2 kali tak comply.